Now, British police believe they have identified those responsible for the nerve agent attack which left a father and daughter critically ill in hospital and which also cost the life of a further woman. Investigators think several Russians were involved, despite Russia refusing to accept any responsibility. I'm joined now by our correspondent Belle Donati. Belle, how much do we know for sure?
Well, what we do know is that a source, apparently close to the investigation, has told the news agency Press Association that investigators working on this case, British investigators, have been able to identify the perpetrators of that poisoning in the UK, and that those perpetrators are Russian. So I just want to remind viewers, of course, that poisoning took place, first of all, in March. It was targeting former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia. That was in Salisbury in the UK. Those two escaped with their lives, but just earlier this month, Dawn Sturgis inadvertently picked up a bottle said to have that same nerve agent in it. She died. Her partner, Charlie Rowley, was left fighting for his life. So how are the investigators thought to have made this breakthrough, according to this source? Well, officers were able to identify the suspects through CCTV footage. They then cross-checked that with the records of people entering the country, the UK, around that time, and they've apparently been able to identify those as Russians. Apparently, the wording is they are sure, that's police, are sure the suspects are Russian. Now, we already know that police had been sifting through mountains of CCTV footage for the last 4 months. So could this be the results of that long and arduous investigation finally paying off? Or could it be that they were somehow able to pinpoint where that discarded bottle that Dawn Sturgis picked up was dropped, and therefore to hone in on that time and that place and do away with having to go through all of the rest of the investigation?
We say the UK police say they're sure, but how reliable is this information? I mean,
yeah, well, I mean, we only have one source for this information, so we have, and it's an unnamed source at that, so we must obviously approach it with caution. We've called the Metropolitan Police to try and get something from them. There's been no comment from them, perhaps unsurprisingly. They're the ones leading the investigation. I've also called the Organisation for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, because they are the organisation that was brought in to test what is in that bottle that Dawn Sturgis picked up. They are yet to come back to me, so as such, we are still waiting for further corroboration. One thing that's very interesting is just to say that, according to this source, Dawn Sturgis was apparently exposed to more than 10 times the amount of nerve agent that the Skripals came into contact with. And police are apparently working on the theory that she sprayed it directly onto her skin, having picked it up in this discarded perfume bottle.